Now, in today's video, we're going to be sharing some awareness in regards to some things that Spotify has done in the past that just doesn't make any sense. Let's actually get into it.
A black woman by the name of Jewel Ham came up with Spotify Wrapped as an intern at Spotify in 2019.
Wow.
Before then, the Wrapped on Spotify was they sent you a link and an email said, this is what you listen to the most this year. Her internship project at Spotify, which she came up with the word Wrapped. She has screenshots of what it looked like.
Right.
And gave that, and she created this for Spotify. At the end of the internship, not only did they not hire Jewel,
of course
they took the idea and used it. And now it is the biggest thing that people talk about on Spotify. Another example of black innovation being stole once again.
And before it even carries on, right, it's one of those things where it's very painful to see this happening all the time. I know this happened in 2020, right? When she came up with the thing, it was 2019, obviously 2020 going forward. Obviously, Spotify took the whole rap concept and then she came out to Twitter basically saying, yo, they stole my concept, right? But the more that we spread awareness about this, the better, because even myself, I remember when she first came to Twitter and actually reported on this. But then when this guy, shout out to Isaac Shays, right? Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly. When he posted on Instagram and this clip actually came up, it brought a whole new awareness campaign towards what is actually going on and how much of crook Spotify actually are for doing this. And as far as I'm concerned, they haven't done any sort of compensation towards her either. It doesn't make any sense. If you understand that creatives are the people that are really backing your platform, they're coming up with these innovative ideas, then the least you could do is at least hire her and give her a job at that point in time. Doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't do that, would it? But let's carry on the video anyways.
So instead of taking her and said, wait a minute, you're brilliant.
We need to bring you in.
We need to bring you in.
Yeah.
They said, okay, see you later.
Thanks for this great idea.
Thanks for this great idea.
I wanted to highlight that and give a shout out to Jewel Ham for being a black woman innovator. One of several throughout history that have invented and created amazing things that have been stolen by people.
And shout out to her and shout out to every single black lady that's really doing their thing as well, because at the end of the day, we need more news and more articles and more content about this at the end of the day, because let's be real, they get overlooked. They get overlooked a lot of the time. And a lot of the time, whenever we're talking about innovation, things that have actually come to this world and actually been invented by people, typically you're going to tend to see like a European there, or you're going to see, you know, people that just don't look like myself and yourself probably watching this video as well. And it's not to, you know, blame and not to basically do the whole victim card again. It's literally just to say that, look, if you really look in history and do your research, do the fact checking, broski, there's a lot of inventions that were actually stolen from African people or black people, for example. So that needs to, you know, the more that we actually create content around this and actually spread awareness to it, I feel like the better, because it actually empowers us as well. It shows us that we're actually able and capable to actually come up with inventions and do more for the world and impact the world in a positive way.
People, but that's why you got to be careful of who you share your ideas and your culture with, because again, especially black people, they will take our culture and they will steal it. One of the things that I thought was funny was because she even tweeted the first time they started doing it, she goes, I really was like laughing. I really came up with Spotify Wrapped.
Wow.
She's like, not only did they not hire me, they kept my idea and ran off with it.
That's something for students now to think about, though, when you go into these companies as interns to actually protect your ideas.
And that's a fact, because even, for example, I know some people within my personal life that, you know, I'll give you guys a great example of this, actually. There's one of my close friends, right? He actually came up with an idea and pitched it over to his university. And the university loved the idea so much that they said, you know what, we're going to put some sort of money behind this, etc. Because obviously he probably saw things like this and seen how, for example, if you're able to offer me out no X amount, I can definitely raise more capital and basically do this. He was innovative and actually started to raise funds for himself, right? Eventually raised funds and then went on to establish a very successful company. He's doing very well for himself right now, but not every single person is able to afford the luxury of actually doing so. So let's actually go into the, you know, the article and actually understand what's actually gone on here, right? So as you guys can see, this came out in 2020. But again, like I mentioned, the more awareness that we have around this, the better, right? So this is the intern who created Spotify Wrapped, and the story format never got her due. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, you can read the interview in your own time because, again, I don't like to make these videos too long. I like to give you guys enough information, enough nuggets, but also in a concise amount of time. You can see that in 2020, she actually gave a tweet basically saying, I really invented the Spotify rap story concept as an intern project in 2019, and they haven't looked back since. LMAO. And then she even gave a lot of, evidence to basically show the storyboard, show the idea that she pitched to the company, etc. And let's be very, very real. A lot of us use Spotify not because it's a better platform. In reality, I'm a music producer and sound engineer, right? You guys can clearly see I'm in the studio right now. It's not because Spotify is, I don't know, better music or better quality music. If you want the best quality music, go to Tidal. In fact, Apple Music has better quality music in terms of like the audio sound of it, right? The reason why we go to Spotify is because of things like Spotify Wrapped. It's because, okay, at the end of the year, you can literally just post, okay, this is my top 5 artists, this is my most played songs, etc. And it just shows, for example, how with the AI data that they're gathering, they've packaged it in such a way that, for example, now it actually comes up and it looks like this. Because before Spotify Wrapped, all they will literally do is send us an email basically saying, okay, cool, this is who you've listened to, go about your day. Do you know what I mean? No one really cared about it. When Spotify Rap became a thing and then, towards December, people start posting on their stories and stuff like that, is a whole move, is a whole movement. And to know that it came from a black lady and she didn't get credited, it's a shame. It's a shame. Shame on Spotify, man. It needs to do way better, man, because it's not good. It's not good anyways. But I'll leave the article down below. Now, what I want to actually show you guys is, of course, her page, right? So shout out to Jewel, because you can clearly see she's an artistic creator. She's very, very good at what she does. And I want you guys, right, again, I know that we're just growing the platform, we're growing in terms of the viewership, the subscribership, etc. But this is the type of content I want to be starting to do. I want to start doing, where I'm sharing awareness and actually showing you guys what's actually going on, putting you guys on game, and also giving credit to some people that really, really need to be seen as well. You can clearly see that, bro, she's very good at her craft, man. Very, very good at her craft. And I just hope that, she's able to monetize what she got going on and she's being compensated for whatever she got going on as well. So big shout out to her. I'll leave the link down below. You guys, let me know what you guys think in regards to this, man. Is this the first time you're ever hearing this? Let me know your thoughts down below, because I'm always curious to understand what you guys also think when you're watching the reacting videos as well. If you like the video, leave a like because it boosts up in the algorithm. And outside of that, make sure to subscribe because we give you a lot of great content on this channel. I see you guys rocking with the content in the comments. So I'll see you guys in the next video nonetheless. Peace.